Welcome back to my channel. We're going to be making a simple bodice blouse. It's a crop top. It's beginners friendly. So if you've not, we've made the skirts, the down part. We've made the skirts for this blouse. We've made the skirt. So if you've not seen it, check my previous posts. We did the cutting and also the sewing. So we're going to be making the blouse for the skirts. So it's a crop top. It's just a simple bodice and blouse with that's what we're doing today. So if you've not subscribed to my channel, please do well to subscribe. Click on the like button, comment in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on our classes. The first thing we're going to be doing is to get our starting line. Like I said, it's beginners friendly. We're going to be getting our starting line. So at the upper part, you're going to be taking half an inch on both sides, right? And then we connect. We'll connect. So for the purpose of this class, we're going to be working on a bust 40, waist 28, bust 40, under bust 32, then waist 28. That's what we're going to be working. That's the measurement for this blouse. So the first thing you want to be doing is to take our bust point. Our bust point is 10 inches. So you mark it down here. You come to this place. You mark your 10 inches. Then our under bust is 14 inches. You do the same thing here from our starting point line. 10 inches bust point, and then 14 inches on the bust. Then our half length is 17 inches, and then our blouse length we're going to be doing 19 inches plus 1 inch allowance for our finishing. So we'll do that on the other side so we can have a straight line. So we have our bust point 10 inches, then we do our 14 inches on the bust 14 inches, then our half length is 17 inches, blouse length is 19 inches, and then 1 inch for our folding allowance. And you connect all lines with your straight ruler. The next thing we're going to be doing is to get our shoulder measurement. So for this class, our shoulder measurement is 16 divided by 2 is 8. So you mark your 8, and I like adding half an inch for allowance in case when we're trimming our arm, so we don't trim to the main shoulder. So I used to add like 1 or half inch, but for the sake of this class, I'm just going to be doing half an inch. I'm going to be adding half, so I have 8.5, right? Then our neck width is 3. I'm going to be doing 3 inches, right? And then the depth is 4 inches. So I'm going to be doing 4 inches for our neck depth. So for our shoulder, we're going to be coming down by 1 inch. For our shoulder slope, our shoulder is not straight, and then you connect the lines. This for our shoulder, right? So in order for us to get our shoulder line, right, you divide your bust by 6, and then you add half 1.5 inch. So my bust is 40, so divided by 6, I'll have 5 inch. Let me now assume, please. Let's do it together. This is 40, right? Just for it to be clear, right? And this is 6. When you divide it by 6, then you add 1.5. So you have 6.5. You take it from this shoulder slope, right? 6.5. Okay. So we take the line straight. To get the line straight, you just connect it. So you have a straight line. This will also serve as our chest line for the sake of this blouse. Then we want to bring our shoulder down here so we can connect the lines, right? So we have 8.5. But don't forget we added half an inch. 3.5 here. And then we connect the lines. Okay. So now our shoulder, in order for us to get our shoulder curve, right? So you replace your tape here. Whatever you have here, you divide it by 2. So you can get the middle. Okay, you don't just shape your arm over. We're trying to get that arm over. Excuse me. So you place your tape here on the slope line, and then you divide it by 2. You get the middle of this line, and then you come in by half an inch. I hope you understand. I'm taking this class bit by bit for the sake of my beginner students. I don't want to rush. So this will help us. It's a guide for us to like connect our arm, right? But before we do that, let's connect our neck together. So you use your curve ruler, okay, and then so this is our neckline. So now, in order for us to get our shoulder curve, I told you I was working with bust 10. That's 40. 40 divided by 4 is 10, right? Plus 1.5. I'm putting my allowance in this pattern. Plus 1.5. I'm doing it with the allowance, okay? So what you do now next is to connect your lines, okay, with your curve ruler. So you do it gently, don't rush it, okay? And then you connect the lines. All right. So this is it. So now let's come to the body of our blouse. Okay. So the next thing now is for us to take our bust span. So my bust span is 8 inches. So 8 divided by 2 will give you 4. So you come here. You mark on your bust point. You mark 4 inches. You mark 4 inches downwards. Like you take it down. Okay. And then you connect. And then you connect. So you can see. So now on the waistline, which is our half length, on the waistline, you go in on both sides, right? You mark half an inch on both sides. Half an inch, half an inch. Okay? You come to the top length. You mark the same thing. Half an inch, half an inch. In total, we have 1 inch, yeah? So now you connect your line. This is our dart line. This is our dart. And then you connect. Okay? And then this line, you connect this line to the bust point. And watch what I'm doing. To the bust point. Okay? Then you come to the other side, right? You connect to the bust point. Okay? So this is our darts. All right. So the next thing you want to do now, let's get our measurement, our round measurement. So my bust point is my bust is 40. 40 divided by 4 is 10. We already have it. So let me just do it again. Then plus half an inch. Already have it here. Okay. So now our waist is 28. So 28 divided by 4. I think it will give you like 7 points. 7. So you mark your 7 here. And then these are darts. We take whatever we have here, we replace it back. We have like 1 inch. You replace the 1 inch. Okay. And then plus your 1.5 sewing allowance. You repeat the same thing here at the down part. 7 plus 1 inch that we took for our dart plus 1.5 our sewing allowance. And then we connect. So are you seeing it? And then we connect. So this is it. So the next thing we're going to be taking now is our side darts. Our side dart is very important. So you come down by 1.5. It depends on your body measurement. Okay. Most times you whatever difference you have from your half length, front half length to the back half length, the difference you have, that's what you put here. But for the sake of this class, my measurement is 40. My own difference is 1.5. So I'm putting it here, 1.5. Okay, and then I'll connect to this bust point, to the bust point. And this is our pattern for our crop top. It's as simple as that. So now let's go to the back. This is our back panel. First thing you want to do is to take your 1 inch down from the top, right? You take your 1 inch from the top. This is our zipper allowance. You take your 1 inch from the top, you take it down. You mark 1 inch all the way down. All the way down first before you start imputing any measurement. It's very important. So this is your zipper allowance. This is where from this 1 inch you will start your measurement. So you need to take it first before you start anything at all. Okay. Alright. So this is our zip. So let me indicate our zip. So now we'll start imputing our measurement. Okay, and our starting point, I told you that is very important, half an inch on both sides, and then you draw a straight line. And then you draw a straight line. So we have our starting point. We have our starting point. Okay. So now the next thing is going to be our shoulder. Don't forget our shoulder is 16 divided by 4. Sorry, 16 divided by 2, 8. Then you add half an inch for trimming allowance in case you want to, so you don't chop into your sewing this thing. And then your neck width, you use 3 inches. And then you take your shoulder slope. You come down from your shoulder. You come down by half an inch, and then you connect. Okay, and then you connect. So the next thing we're going to be doing is to get our bust point. We're just going to be working on our bust point and waistline, and then our bust point is 10, and then the top length. We're not using under bust for the back. Okay, then our back half length is 16.5. I told you in order for you to get your side dart, the difference between your front half length and your back half length, mine is 1.5. So this is why that's why I didn't talk too much when I was doing the front, so I don't confuse you. So 15.5. Sorry. Let's take our blouse length. So our blouse length is 19 plus 1 inch for our folding allowance. I'll use to do our finishing. So 19, then 1 inch. Okay? And then we connect all the lines. So we connect all lines. Connect all lines. Yeah. Okay, so you can indicate it bust points, half length, and then top length, then your shoulder. So our neck depth for our shoulder, I didn't want it to be too down, so I'm just going to be doing 1.5. I'm just going to be doing 1.5, and then we connect. These are back pieces. So now, in order for you to get, I told you guys when I was cutting the front panel, whatever you divide your bust by 6, and then you add 1.5. So mine is 6.5. You need to get a straight line, and then you connect the lines. So this will start as a chest line. Okay, so let's bring this line down. So we connect this line. So you remember it's our shoulder plus half an inch. Then we come here, and then we increase it and we connect the lines. It is that simple. Okay, so because this is the back, you don't need to go in by half an inch. Do you understand? It's the back, you don't need all of that. But still get your midpoint just for guide. Okay, just for guys, and then we get bust 10, bust 10, then for example inch, and then we connect our line. So this is it. So the next thing we want to do, we'll come to our waistline. Okay, we go in by 4, which is our bust line, which is 4. We did it at the front. Same thing here, 4, 4 inch. Take it up to the chest line. I'll explain. Okay, so you connect the lines. You connect your lines. Now for the darts at the back, there's something I like to do. Okay, I don't want to do half an inch. I want to do 0.75 because my client has a deep back. So I'm doing 0.75, 0.75, 0.75. Okay, I want it to really, come out. So here, I'll go down. I'll do the same thing here, 0.75, 0.75, and then I'll connect both lines. Okay, and then I'll take it down up to this place, up to the chest line. I'll take it up to the chest line. I'm going to show you guys how easiest way how you can hold your dart. You know, this is a dart blouse. It's not a bustier that you cut out the dart. You're not cutting any of these things out. So I'm going to just show you the easiest way so it doesn't confuse you. Okay. So now what you do is when you're sewing, just take your measurement from your cutting table. From the down of your blouse to the up. Take the measurement of your dart. Mine is 12.5. That's all. So when you're sewing, you just put 12.5. Don't exceed it. Okay. So this is it. So let's start imputing our round measurement. So we've done the bust. So let's go to the waist. The waist, our waist is 7 inch. Our waist is 28 divided by 4. 7. Then you come here 1.5. Whatever we took here, we have to replace it back. 1.5. Okay, plus 1.5. Alright. So we'll do the same thing here. 7. Because this measurement is going down. We'll do 7. It's a crop top. So 1.5. We're replacing our darts then. So 1.5. Alright. And then we connect. It's that simple. It's that simple. There's nothing difficult. And then we connect. There's one more thing I want to show you guys. Alright. For our zip. I do it a lot. I do it a lot. Okay. At the down of your blouse, you go down by 1 inch. Okay, and then you connect. You can go by 1. No, let's do 0.75. Please, let's do 0.75. Sorry, let's do 0.75. Yeah. Because I don't want it too tight, but I want it fitted, shapy. So, and then you connect. This one enables you not to be having that back that they will pull zip and it will be bulging out. It will be bulging out. Everything will just lay very fine. Do you understand? Very fine. So yeah, so we're going to be cutting it like this. Yeah. So that is it for our back pattern. We've done the front already. This is the front pattern. You see the difference. Okay, and then there's something I need to show you guys. Let me show you guys something. You see this basic bodice blouse, right? You can convert this to a corset. That's why I'm taking it bit by bit for you guys. You can convert it to a corset. Do you understand? If you know how to cut this very well, when you're learning your corset class, it will not be difficult for you. All you need to do now is to place your cup, and then but we'll get to that. So now it's step by step. I don't want to confuse you guys, step by step, but just know that this is the body that you can use to get your your corset. If you want to make a corset dress for beginners, we have different types. Okay, we have different types, but with this you can actually achieve a corset dress, a fitted corset dress, and it will come out really really nice. You see what I'm doing? You just going by half an inch, and then but we'll get to that. But for now, we're done. I said in my earlier class that we've done the down of this blouse. You can check my previous video on how to cut a perfect pencil skirt, from the sewing, from the cutting to the sewing. It's on my page there. Go check my previous video, and please don't forget to click on the subscribe button so you can get notification whenever I post a new tutorial. It's very important. Okay, so see you guys, I'm going to be showing you guys the fabric we'll be using, how we converted, like transferred our pattern to our main fabric. All of those things I'm going to be showing you guys in this class. I'll show you guys the finished look of our blouse and all of that, so please stay tuned. Welcome back to it. I want to show you guys something. I've cut the lining already. I'm going to be explaining some vital keys to you guys. So this is the fabric we're going to be using. So when you're cutting Ankara, this is another class I'm teaching you guys. When you're cutting your Ankara that has pattern, you need to follow the pattern. And most times when you're following pattern, it will just waste your fabric. But it's better for you to waste your fabric than to make something that does not have definition. Forget the fittings. The placement of the Ankara, your fabric, matters a lot. That's key. So we're going to be placing it this way. This will be at the down of our blouse. Do you understand? This is the pattern. It goes like this. If you flip it this way, I don't want to turn it, you see that everything will scatter. So you follow this way. Even when you're making trousers, skirt, this should be at the down part, below part, the bottom of your blouse, skirts, pants, whatever you're making. So you place it like this, and then we'll cut. Don't forget, this should be at the down part of your fabric. So I've cut the line. I want to show you guys something, because I told you guys that this is not a bustier that you cut in pieces. You're not cutting anything in pieces, yeah? So what you will do to indicate your that, I told you, from the bottom of our dress to the bust point is 10. You take the measurement. Here's our front piece. You see? For clarity, you take the measurement, right? It's 10. Now you come to this place. You see? It's 10. You notch it. And then you use your chalk to mark this place. Also, you check your side dart, right? The distance from your side dart to the bust point is 7.25, right? So when you're taking your dart, make sure all these things are 7.25. So you take it here 10, 7.25, and you get your dart. The same thing with the back as well. The back does not have side dart, so you just notch the bottom, which from here to where you're going to be stopping your dart is 12.5. I showed you guys. You see it, 12.5, right? So when you're taking your dart, because it's not in pieces, you come to this place, you take your 4-inch, right? When you get to this place, 12.5, mark 12.5, you know that it's ending here. But now you come to this place and mark 4 inches, just to be sure. That's how you do it. And then you take your dart. You see how simple it is, because you need to notice most of these things. You don't just go and be sewing your darts, because when you're making a bustier, everything is in pieces. All your dart is in pieces, so you know how to just fold it, and then whatever pieces you're putting together, those are darts. So but for this one is something that will just hold, and we're not cutting anything out. So you need to be careful. It's your measurement that will direct you on what to do. So let's cut our fabric, and then we're going to estay it, and then after that we're going to sew our dart, and I'll show you how our dart is looking. From your bottom, I told you the back is, we took in 0.75 on both sides. That's what you're going to be holding up to this place. When you're getting to this place, you see how tiny it is. Here is big, it will direct you. When you get to the end, it's tiny. That's what you do. I'll mark it for you guys to see anyways before I go to the sewing machine. I'll mark it for you guys to see how I'm going to be holding my dart. Okay? I'll see you guys shortly. So let me show you how I did my dart manipulation. So let's start with, I've done the main fabric, but I'm going to show you how I did it. It's not hard. It's not hard at all. So if you've watched my previous video on how we made that pencil skirt, you see that there are similar things, but because this is a blouse and it's not a bustier blouse, it's a dart. Most times people will be like, is that is easy? That is not easy. You need to get your dart, especially you need to get your darts right, especially those that are doing ready to wear and all of that. So it's very important to pay attention. That's why I didn't just go to the sewing machine and just sew. I need to show you guys how it's being done properly. You prepare your darts. I even told you guys when I was doing the skirts that you prepare your darts from your sewing table. So this is the back. Remember I told you we took our bust span, which is half 4.4 inches, I'm sorry, and then you went up by where our dart is stopping, 12.5. Take the measurement because we're not cutting anything out, right? So what you do now, you know the back was we did 0.75 and the front is 0.5. Okay, so now what you do now is you place the both sides together. You know it's in pieces. You put it together. You can do it singly then separately if you want. Then you pinch this side. Okay, I want to get it right. You pinch it, make sure it's equal. You can do it separately if you want. There's no problem. And then you press, use your iron and match it down. I like using my net. I don't want any story. Okay. So you press it down first. Okay, and then you get your tape rule. You mark out our 0.75 that we took. 0.75. Then you use your straight ruler, okay, and connect just the way we did our skirts. And then you connect it. If you follow this pattern, you see how your blouse will come out, your crop top. You see how it will come out fitted. So this is it. To give you a guide, you just sew it sharp. I've done the main fabric. You see what I did? This is how you do. You prepare it from your table before you take it to your sewing machine. All right. So now let's come to the front side of it. So this is the front. All right. You do the same thing. So the back is 12.5, but the front is 10. Our bust point is 10. This is 10. Yeah, this is 10. So let's see 10 inches per 5. This is 10. And then you pinch. And then you iron it down. You iron it down very well. Okay? And then you come to this place. You mark a half inch on both sides. You know you're sewing on both sides. So when you mark one side, it's okay. Alright, so this is our half inch. Right? And then you get your ruler, and then you mark a sharp line. Alright, so this is it. There's nothing difficult. Then you come to this place. Also, on the side end that we're going to be holding it by half an inch. Alright, so you pinch. You hold it like this. We're ironing it so that we can get our exact spot. That's all. We just get our exact spot. Right, so there's nothing difficult about it. You know, if we were doing a bustier, it's a lot easier. You get our exact spot. You see, this is it, half an inch on both sides, and then we hold it just the way I did it here, half an inch, and then you hold it. You see how it is, how neatly done it is. So now it's for us to match it down, like press it down, make sure everything is flat, okay? Because ironing will do the finished work for us. If you watch my previous video, you see how we ironed our that. You see how seamless. I didn't even do much. Like, because you might not see the main fabric very well because of the multiple colors and all of that, but this is black. You see how seamless it's looking, right? So if you do your darts this way, we're done ironing everything. So the next thing we're going to be doing is to join our blouse, and then I'll show you guys the final look. We're done with our crop top, which is our basic body blouse. So this is the back of our blouse, you see. So this is the zip. Let me show you guys inside. This is the zip. You see how beautiful it is, how neat it is, inside out, neatly done. I don't like sewing my armhole, so I like to aim it. I'll just use my needle to tack it a bit after using my hemming gun. So I'll just tack it. I love my armhole seamless. So you see why the measurement, taking an accurate measurement is very important. After doing all of this work, you want to, and then your client is telling you it's not my size. You prefer to make a fresh blouse than to go through the stress of amendment, because no tailor will even want to amend it. So that's why your measurement has to be, you don't need to rush. You take your time and then put all of this together. Check your measurements very well before you leave your sewing machine.